personified.
No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Henry running left. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Jackson now on 3rd. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down. So they couldn't throw for it on 3rd down, and as a result, they're headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping them off the scoreboard? Well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting them even cross midfield, that's a cherry on top.
All right, here's one of our game's first big risks. The offense lining up to go for it on their own side. And it's a turnover to begin their game. That's incomplete on 4th, and it's going to go over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
Hey, kill! 47! Let's go 47!
Opening play, and Dak's going to throw. His first throw is an interception! And the Ravens get it back at the 45-yard line following that interception return. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
I'll give this quarterback credit. He bought as much time as he could, but eventually the only option left was to throw it away.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Lamar. This pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. How about a big hitter? 34 yards there and a new set of downs. And just like that, he's on the board. Not a moment too soon, partner. They needed him to start connecting as soon as possible.
Kate, they've not disguised what they want to do. The passing game has been just really prevalent. The numbers have been called. Yeah. But finally, as you said, their first completion.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Lamar now from the gun. Caught out one. And he stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the first down.
And he won't get in. The daylight was there for just a second, but it closed just in time to keep him out. So it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Back to Henry. And he can't punch it in. Man, the defense punches back, sticks him at the 2. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
On 3rd and goal. Ooh, for a moment, thought those were our first points until he came and knocked it away.
Yeah, I think the message sent pretty clear after that play. You're going to have to try a lot harder than that to be the first ones on the board.
This is our last play of the quarter.
Hey, middle.
Jackson's going to go on 4th. And the shutout stays alive in the second half as that pass falls incomplete on 4th and goal. So the defense holds, and that is our final highlight of the first quarter. couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to the bank in just a moment. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They've got the length of the field to go on this drive. And give them about that 15-yard line before they're able to drop him. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
I'm not surprised by that outcome, Kate. You crowd the line defensively by going all out for the safety. You got to be careful you don't wind up giving them an alley, not just to escape the goal line, but for an even bigger chunk of yardage.
47.
First and 10, Prescott. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking for Javonte Williams out of the backfield. And it sets up second down.
Yeah, here we go. I take one. There we go. Kill. Here we go. Go to 54. Go. Hey, 47.
Throwing again is Dak. Cut out left. They'll touch him down a couple of yards away from that marker.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
On third down, here's Williams. Trying to plow ahead for the first. Can't even get back to the line. That brings up fourth down. That goose egg up on the scoreboard, Brock, is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something. An injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of a series quite like getting stuck for a loss.
46. Here we go, 47. 26.
They're going for this with Prescott. The defense seizing the opportunity. Great stop. They've got a turnover on downs, and they get their guys the ball in plus territory.
You go for it on fourth. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
On first and 10, it's Jackson. Catch is made in close. And that's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now. But will it stand? We got to see what this flag is all about. That is Tyler Luke now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Dallas getting everybody set. They've got first and 10.
Kill. Then we're going to 53. Here we go, 46.
First down, here's Dak. Look at that power, deep left side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
We're going to 54.
Second down, here's Prescott again. Throw secured by George Pickett. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They've got first down here from the 36.
Yeah! There we go! Here we go, go to 54, go at 47! There we go, kill!
Dak now from the gun. And that throw just too high for him. Trying to find his tight end. So second down coming up.
It leads to second and 10.
Here we go, 46. Yeah, here we go. Here we go, 47. And kill. Hey, kill. 47. Then we're going to 53. 26.
Back to the air, Prescott. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10.
That's good.
Yeah, here we go.
Boys. First down.
Here we go, 47.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
47. Here we go, going to 54. 26.
Now it's Prescott again. Taking a deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass.
Here we go. Hey, 47. Here we go, kill.
Dak throwing again. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line.
Kill. Hey, kill. Then we're going to 53. 26.
Prescott now on third down. Lasers this one deep down the middle. Brought in inside the 20. And the stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone.
That's another Cowboys first down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Here we go, 46. 26.
From the red zone now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short.
Yeah, 47. Here we go, going to 50. Here we go, going to 54, going to 50. Hey, 47. 26.
Prescott to throw once more. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Through the defense he goes. Room to burn. The 30. The 10. And he brings this one back. Touchdown Baltimore off the pick six. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Luke tacks on the extra point. And the Ravens double their lead to 14.
Ravens 14. Cowboys nothing. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Turpin with a return. He's out of bounds on that return, Brock, because that takes us into the break. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Turpin with a return. Big shot at the end of that run back as he gets it just past the 20.
The Cowboys take over first and 10. And they're off 24-yard line.
Cowboys just about set. Here comes first and 10.
Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 40. Hey, kill.
Back to the air. Prescott after that pick. Drops this one down here for Williams. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
2nd and 3 now.
Kill. Yeah, here we go. We got 46. We got 47.
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Short pass brought in. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
First down from the 42. Prescott here from the gun. He smartly won't risk anything here. Just chucks this away.
Okay, I gotta believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better and make it another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 47.
Another throw for Prescott. Into the hands of Pickett. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down.
That's good for a Cowboys. First down. A gain of 21 yards. First down, Cowboys.
Throwing on first is Prescott. He finds Pickens left side. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line.
14 yards. That's another Cowboys first down. A gain of 14. And a Cowboy first down.
We're going to 54.
Throwing again, Prescott. Hauled in by Lamb right side. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
That's another Cowboys first down. First and goal, Dallas.
Kill.
From the red zone on first. This one's caught. And he pushes it all the way to the goal line, but goes out at the 1.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Here we go.
Line up the design keeper. The charge into traffic, but the line doesn't budge. They stall him out short. Turned away from the goal line on the last snap. Need to make it one more yard here on 3rd and goal. And he's in for the touchdown. The Cowboys cut into the lead coming out of halftime. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop them on 3rd and goal.
Just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's a return from the 7. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10.
Hey, Ozzie!
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And after one play of his drive, might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
We've got enough data now through the years to understand that an explosive play on offense, more often than not, leads to scoring. We also know if you can create a negative play defensively. In a tightly contested game like this, every play matters. And to get that negative play...
Couple defenders there, and they're going to intercept it. And the Cowboys get it back on the final play of the quarter. A nice takeaway to end that 3rd quarter, and they're going to have a new possession waiting to start the 4th. The Cowboys have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go, 46. All right, 80. Here we go, 46. Here we go, kill. 26.
From the gun is Prescott. Oh, that's a tough one. Couldn't bring in the touchdown clean. It falls incomplete. It's going to be 2nd down.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
Yeah, here we go. All right, 80. Here we go, going to 54, going to 54. All right, 80. Then we're going to 53. Hey, kill! Hey, 47! 26!
Throwing again is Dak. To the left and wheeled in by Ferguson. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Offense up to the line fast.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
We're going to 54. Right here. We're going 47. Hey, kill! 26!
He's back to throw. We'll have the 1st down and even more. And in he goes for the Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys now trail by just a point in the 4th. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone, so the football will come back out to the 20.
20-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys take over after returning it inside the red zone.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
Just how many times do these games at this level, Kate, come down to plays like this? In the end, you don't want to be the team making the mistakes. You want to be the one capitalizing on them. And now this offense has got a chance to do so.
Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. All right, here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, kill. Here we go, 47. 26.
1st down, here's Dak. Makes the connection, this is Jaden Blue. And into the end zone he goes for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys take a 4th quarter lead.
Cowboys.
Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt.
Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. First call here coming from the shotgun. Henry gets it here to start the drive. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
You know, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Wanna quit? Hey, report!
Lamar now from the gun. Has some daylight through the 40. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Report!
From the gun, a run for Henry. He's caught just as he crossed the line of scrimmage. Might have picked up a yard. It's going to be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at their 49-yard line.
Here he is to throw. Getting out to his left. Complete to Henry on the check down. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They get 19 on that pickup. And that's going to be a Baltimore 1st.
No, we changed it.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard
He'll
line.
look to throw it. He rolls to his right. Going deep here for the end zone. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
It could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Savon Revel with the pick. We have seen this happen before, partner. 3 interceptions.